The story begins with three people sitting inside a car, driving quickly toward a hospital. None of them look okay. Their faces are pale, their eyes are full of fear, and the atmosphere is tense and silent. Something is clearly very wrong. Then, the story suddenly goes back 20 years earlier. We meet a young girl named Sarah. She is sitting at the dining table with her family. She looks frustrated and upset because she wants to go to a party, but her father, Dan, refuses to let her go. He is strict and controlling. Sarah argues with him, but he doesn't listen. Angry and disappointed, she leaves the table and goes to her room. Later that night, Sarah secretly escapes from the house. She meets her boyfriend, and together they go to the party. For a short time, she feels free and happy. But back at home, her father discovers that she is gone. He becomes furious. The next morning, Sarah returns home. It is early, and the house feels cold and quiet. Her father confronts her, and they get into a serious argument. After the fight, Sarah goes back to her room, feeling hurt and trapped. In another scene, Sarah is sitting in a room with her sister. They are talking quietly. Sarah says that when she turns 18, she will leave this house forever. She dreams about freedom and a new life. But what she doesn't know is that her father is secretly listening to their conversation. 3 months later, Sarah graduates from school. One day, she is sitting outside the house when her mother, Irene, comes and invites her to go shopping. But Sarah refuses and stays home. After her mother leaves, her father comes to her and asks for help. He tells her he needs to move a box to the basement. Sarah agrees. They carry the box downstairs together. But then, something strange happens. Dan opens a hidden door. Behind it, there is a secret tunnel that leads to an old, abandoned room. He asks Sarah to help him move the box inside. After they place the box in the room, Sarah becomes curious and asks about the place. Dan calmly tells her that it belonged to the previous owner of the house. Then, he walks out and locks the door. Sarah is confused at first. She tries to open the door, but it doesn't move. She tries to enter the code, but she doesn't know it. Panic slowly fills her body. Then suddenly, the lights go off. Upstairs, her mother Irene becomes worried. It's late at night, and Sarah has not returned. She wants to call the police, but Dan tells her not to worry. He says Sarah probably ran away with her boyfriend. At first, Irene hesitates, but eventually she contacts the police. Sadly, no trace of Sarah is ever found. Back in the basement, Sarah is alone. Completely alone. She tries to calm herself down, but fear surrounds her. Memories of her boyfriend and her dreams come back to her mind. Her mental state begins to break. Days pass, then weeks, then months. Sarah turns 18 in that basement. Her father brings her a cake. She is forced to blow out the candles, even though she is terrified. As a gift, he gives her a red dress. Sarah asks for one thing, a clock. Because in that dark place, she cannot tell day from night. Time passes slowly. Then, Sarah becomes pregnant. She has no one to help her. No doctor. No support. She gives birth completely alone. Her first child is a girl. For years later, she becomes pregnant again. During all this time, her mother and sister upstairs have never stopped thinking about her. They still hope she is alive. Her father eventually brings a television into the basement. It doesn't help much, but it's something. Sarah gives birth again. This time, it is a boy. The children grow up in that underground prison. They play together, laugh together, but they don't know the real world. Years pass. Sarah gives birth for the third time. This time, She begs her father to take the baby upstairs to her grandmother. Surprisingly, he agrees. The baby is taken upstairs, and the grandmother is shocked but also overjoyed. For the first time, there is a connection between the hidden truth and the outside world. 14 years go by. The children grow older. They reach their teenage years, but they are still trapped underground. Then one day, after 17 years, it starts raining heavily. Water begins to leak into the basement. Sarah sees this as a chance. She tries to break through the place where the water is coming from. But Dan finds out. And something terrible happens. She loses her fourth baby. At the same time, Dan loses his job. He can no longer provide food like before. Everything begins to fall apart. Finally, after 20 years, one night, Sarah's daughter becomes very sick. Her condition is serious. Dan has no choice. He takes Sarah and her daughter out of the basement, for the first time in 20 years. They go to the hospital. Inside the hospital, a nurse gives Sarah some forms to fill out. In that moment, Sarah realizes this might be her only chance to escape. She pretends to go to the bathroom and pours water on her head, trying to look distressed and different. When Dan leaves for a moment to get another form, Sarah slowly walks toward the nurse. Dan realizes what is happening and quickly follows her. But this time, Sarah is faster. She reaches the nurse and the police and asks for help. Dan is arrested. The police search the house and finally discover the hidden basement. The truth is revealed after 20 long years. In the end, we see the children playing freely under the open sky. And Sarah, finally reunited with her boyfriend. After years of darkness, she is finally free.